All right, so let's get into it. The big game that both of us have been playing right now has been God of War.
Yeah.
So
I
Nick,
haven't beaten it yet.
that's okay. But you've been. So Nick, you are the God of War guy.
I am the God of War guy.
I never played a God of War game before I met you.
No, that's right.
I played a little bit of 3 at one point with you, I think.
Yeah, at your house for like a minute.
Yeah, I've watched people play God of War. I watched Video Games Awesome, played God of War a bunch of times. So I know it's basically like a hack and slasher. I know there's a lot of lore around like what is it?
Greek
mythology. I know that Kratos is a dude who likes to fuck up gods.
Oh yeah, he hates gods because he blames gods for killing his family.
Yeah.
When in actuality, it was because of him that his family died. But that's just
Yeah.
the plot hole. It's fine.
But so I don't have a super like huge background in God of War other than the fact that I just basically know it. I know it's like a hack and slasher game. I know there's a lot of lore around it, and I know that Kratos is very angry all the time.
Yes, which is why for anyone who played those 3 original games and the PSP games, because there was PSP games, and then went to this one, the new one, will tell you that it was very different, comparatively speaking, very different.
Yeah, so as a God of War guy, what are your impressions of the new God of War for PS4?
Oh, I loved the new God of War. A lot of fans of the game actually didn't like it because of the reason that it seems so different, but I actually loved the way it's different.
Yeah.
So I actually really liked it. It was weird to me at first when I started off when I had to use an axe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is weird. Why, Kratos? Why? Where's the other things?
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun. I mean, I haven't gotten to the end yet because I keep hearing the end is really amazing. But I haven't gotten there yet. And I really like Norse mythology a lot better than Greek mythology.
Yeah, me too.
So the fact they're using that is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely different. I just even from like a outsider's standpoint, I'm just like, whoa, this is a way different game. And like we even talked about it on Fix and Post too when they first announced it. Is just like, whoa, this is like The Last of Us meets God of War.
Yeah. Whoa, and Kratos has a beard.
Yeah, and Kratos has a beard. That was the.
But actually, that's what we thought about at first before we actually played the game. But now I kind of think it's more of Horizon Zero Dawn and Last of Us meets God of War.
It's always a joke that everybody always compares games to Dark Souls now because a lot of games are getting Dark Souls-ish with all the combat. And this game's a little bit Dark Souls-ish.
A little bit, but I wouldn't compare it to that directly.
No, not at all. Other than it's fucking hard.
I have a hard time comparing most things to Dark Souls because Dark Souls is fucking impossible. And not every game is impossible.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't play Dark Souls. I tried it, and I'm like, this isn't fun. I like games with a challenge. I don't like games to the point where it's like, okay, I can't fucking do this. Yeah. No matter what I try.
I like Bloodborne. I'm still super early into Bloodborne. I played a little bit for the channel, and like I went a little bit further than what I did for the channel.
You played without recording it?
I know.
You just lost all your fans.
Yeah, all 4 of them. Actually, nobody of them. I actually said that since we named it Nobody's Watching This, we can call our fans Nobodies. Because then they would be the ones that are watching it. Like
in Kingdom Hearts, the nobodies.
God, what?
We'll get to that later.
Oh, God. All right, so my impressions of God of War, I give it a solid B.
I can't give it a grade yet until I beat it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely did not complete it. There's still a lot of side missions that I could be doing.
Well, that's the reason I haven't been doing it, because people will call me a cheater, but I don't fucking care. I collect strategy guides, and I got the collector's edition strategy guide for this, and because I know I had a lot, I've literally been following the book, like, word for word.
Like verbatim.
So, like, I've been going back to places after I went to them and everything, and plus I really barely have any time to play, so that's why I haven't beaten it yet, but...
Yeah, that's why I basically just beeline the story, because it's like both of us know that we have like no time anymore, and now that we have full-time jobs.
Let that be a lesson, kids. If you're reading this, play as many video games as you can now.
God. I wish
you will not have time when you're older.
I so wish that I wasn't as dumb as when I was a kid, because I would play games, but I'd be awful at them, and I would just like run around and not do shit. And just like, how many hours did I put into like Banjo-Kazooie, and I never even beat that game?
Yeah.
It's
or like Super Mario 64, you spend all that time running around.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You just collect the bare minimum amount of stars to beat the game, and you're like, well, I'm done.
Yeah. And it's like I had so many things that I could have been doing. But where was I going with it? Oh yeah, so God of War. Yeah, so I basically just like beelined the story. I haven't completed anything yet. But yeah, so far I would give it like a solid B. The only reason I'm not giving it an A is because I felt the story a little lacking. I really enjoy the dynamic between Kratos and Atreus.
Boy.
You've met the head, right?
Yeah, the head.
I can't think of his name. Myrmir.
Myrmir.
I love that he calls him head.
I was gonna say Myrmir.
Myrmir.
Yeah, he just calls him head. Boy and head.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's like the adventures of Kratos in Boy and Head. Because it's quite the dynamic. It's funny because I was talking to Colby a little bit about it, and he was just talking about how he's just kind of like the basically he just gives all the backgrounds of he's basically exposition guy.
Oh yeah.
And he's been playing it so much that he's hearing things in Myrmir's in voice. It's so funny because the voice almost sounds like when Simon Pegg does a Scottish accent. I was like, holy shit, is that Simon Pegg? But it wasn't. It's somebody else.
Oh, and the irony, the fact that both Jimmy and Colby beat the game before me is I'm the one who made them buy the game.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm the one who's like, you have to buy it, and they both like beat it, and I'm like, you guys suck.
Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to beat it because I have so many games right now that I just can't complete because I just don't have time to do them anymore.
At the same time, as much as I want to beat it now because everyone else has, I don't want to beat it either because then I won't have anything. Yeah. It's like nice knowing that I have something I can go to.
That's true.
When I want to play.
Yeah, your problem is that you have too little games, and my problem is I have too many games. But yeah, I just felt the story a little bit lacking. And I know this goes along with Norse mythology, and especially towards the end of the game. I'm not going to spoil it because Nick hasn't beat it yet. But I just felt there's, when you think God of War, you think like, oh, I'm just going to kill a bunch of gods and this is going to be fucking amazing and stuff. But there's very little gods that you actually kill in this game.
Which is surprising because there's so many gods in Norse mythology.
Well, they're definitely... this isn't really spoiling anything, but there's definitely going to be more games.
Oh yeah,
this isn't like a one and done. This is definitely going to be.
I had a feeling before they even released this game. I had a feling it was going to be a new trilogy, especially when it was just called God of War.
Yeah,
I had a feeling it was going to be a new trilogy.
It definitely goes along with the lore. I was talking to Colby about it, and it's just like, all right, I get that. Like, there's like a crux that like starts more things. And it's like, oh wow, the next couple are gonna be like crazy, and then that's when you see that all the gods would be dying and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how the original trilogy went, because the first game there wasn't much god killing. Okay. You were mainly going after one god, the god of war at the time. Okay. Because that was the god he blamed.
And then, like, once you get to like 2 and 3, that's when you start killing like everyone.
Well, because that's when like 2. I mean, these games came out a long time ago, so I'm not.
Yeah, you can spoil them.
If anything, you spoiled it, you should have played it.
Yeah.
But basically, when the second game starts, he's been this god for a while. Like, he's been the god of war because he killed the god of war. Mm-hmm. But he's like been basically abusive with his god powers. Like, he hasn't been helpful. Yes. He's just been like an asshole. So they get taken away again. Okay. So his ultimate goal is like, oh, I fucking hate Zeus now because Zeus is the one who took them away. So I'm going to go kill Zeus. Okay. But on the way to killing Zeus, all these other gods like try to stop him. So he has to kill all these other gods. Yeah. And that spans between 2 and 3. Okay.
I gotcha.
I don't remember how 2 ends specifically, because I don't know if I actually ever got completely to the end of 2.
Okay.
But I do know, because you saw at the beginning of the 3rd game how Zeus was still alive.
Yes.
And like how you were fighting Poseidon at the very beginning.
Yeah, you kill Zeus at the end of 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I watched like a video on all the lore, like leading up to the new God of War.
But my only question is, and don't spoil anything for me, this is just an internal question for me. I'm like, are they going to repeat the same pattern where he gets pissed off at the gods and he's going to go kill Odin now? Like, he wants to kill Odin?
Yeah.
Like, I hope they don't.
That's actually not even answered in this game.
Okay.
So,
like, I don't want that same pattern to get repeated where he just starts to, like, go kill all the gods again.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It definitely ends ambiguously, I would say. I guess if you're a fan of Norse mythology, I guess it would probably be like, oh, okay, I see where this is going to go next or whatever. But like, I'm only like a casual. Like, I know Thor and Loki and Odin, mostly because of the Marvel stuff.
Yeah. Well, I did some research a long time ago on Norse mythology just for fun because it interested me. So I knew about Balder, the one god in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler if you didn't play it yet, but that one god in the game that first attacks you.
The stranger.
Yeah, like I've known about him. Like, I actually have a whole book somewhere up here, like some notes I wrote down about him because it's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Like, if I had lived in that time, that probably would have been the, like, religion that I would have, like, followed. Because
Yeah,
it's
for
actually
sure.
pretty interesting.
It is a very interesting mythology. I'm a pretty big fan of it, and it makes me want to do more research
Plus,
on
it's
it.
really dark, but I kind of like the idea of Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Like, just
yeah.
everything just exploding and dying
sure.
all at once.
I wonder if this is where that's gonna go. Like,
Yeah. Oh, that'd be interesting, actually. Like, he has to, like, stop Ragnarok or something.
or he's the
cause
giver
of it,
of
yeah.
Ragnarok, you know? Him killing all the gods, he's Ragnarok.
That'd be pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting take on it.
Yeah, for
Where
sure.
That way it's not the same whole thing where it's like, oh, I gotta go kill all the gods again.
Yeah. We'll see.
Because then eventually they'll just run through all the religions that way. Next they'll go to Christianity and he's gotta
Yeah.
kill Jesus.
I'd be so scared if that were to happen.
Take that, Jesus!
Let's see what else about God of War. The combat is really good. I'm a pretty big fan of combat because it's sort of like in between hack and slash and like
Action RPG in a way.
yeah, a little Dark Souls-ish.
Yeah.
It's like an in-betweener there. Because when I think God of War, I think hack and slash, obviously, and it's like that, but it's a little more complex.
And you know why it seems a lot different too than, I mean, most people probably already picked this up, but it seems more different than compared to the other games too because of the camera angle. Because in the other God of War games,
He's right in the middle, isn't he?
No, yeah, he's right. Well, in this game, he's right in. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. He's right in the middle of the camera, but it's more zoomed out.
Okay.
In this game, it's coming from behind him,
Okay.
and he's like in Horizon Zero Dawn or in any of those, like Last of Us with
Yeah.
Joel,
Yeah.
or even Uncharted with Nathan Drake. It's kind of that same camera angle.
Yeah.
Except there's no guns.
It's definitely in that vein.
Yeah.
What else about the? What do you think about the upgrading system of all the weapons and stuff?
The upgrading system, I like it. I don't like the leveling up system in the way where you have to level up based on the armor you buy.
Yeah.
Like, if they wanted to do a leveling up system, they either should have had experience that way or just not have it.
I think it's a little too complicated. Video games nowadays, it's like they overcomplicate leveling up systems.
Yes, thank you.
Every time that I see that shit, I'm just like, oh my god! Like, I have to learn like a whole new system.
And it's like they try to put too much into it too. Like, they
just like make me level up to level 5 and give me like Fire Blast, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else. Like, looking at like Pokemon standards or whatever. Like, you based on like leveling up, you can pick what kind of combat you want to do.
They even make I even think they make customization way too complicated now too.
Yeah.
Like, there's all these like sub parts and everything. I'm like, no, let me buy armor, like put this one thing in it and it customized.
And it's like based on whatever sort of armor and stuff, or just like different move sets that you can learn or whatever. Like, no matter what, you're going to be getting through the game. Just give me one specific set of moves or whatever. Like, I'm just button mashing at this point.
Yeah.
Or like just give us like a mode where you can basically just say like, hey, I don't want to do all this leveling up shit. Let's do it like a story mode, and then just have it so that you can just like beeline the story, kind of like what I did. And just be like, hey, I don't have to upgrade all my fucking armor and shit.
Like in the old God of War games, it was actually kind of worked out well because you did upgrade things, but it was kind of like, so you'd collect like red orbs or something, and it'd kind of be like experience in a way, and just put these red orbs into the weapons and stuff, and you would upgrade. I thought that would have been a good way to go with it again.
Yeah, for sure. And like, see, I want to get into Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, I had such a hard time. It was fun, but I couldn't. Like...
I'm loving the story. I'm loving the environment. I'm loving the combat. I'm loving the characters. But I don't want to sit down and customize a character for me to play.
See, and that kind of stuff ultimately can kill a game for me. Like, if the customization's too complicated, I'm like, I don't want to sit here and figure this out.
It's like, I love like games like Fallout where you basically, all your upgrading basically comes from leveling up or whatever, and you pick something that you want to level up. Like, make it super, it's basically, it's pretty simple actually. It's like, every time you level up, you pick a perk that you want to do, and it's like, you don't have to like mesh well with different armors and get like level up points and like, you know where I'm coming from this? It's overcomplicating games nowadays, I think.
There's also too many different stats to think about. Like in this game, like example, like runic, vitality, luck, all that stuff. Like give me strength, defense.
For sure.
HP.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
That's all I need. I don't need vitality. I don't need luck. I don't need just 4 simple things.
Yeah. And the problem is that game industries nowadays really want you to sit down and only play their game. They don't want you to play God of War and The Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted. They want you to play God of War. They want you to sit down, customize the character to fuck way out or whatever, and play 120 hours of only God of War.
There's multiple problems with that.
Yes. I want to play other games. I want to play that game, enjoy the story, enjoy the mechanics of it, and then move on to the next game. I don't want to sit down and play only one game.
Well, and it's not just that too. If they try to do that, who has time to just play that one game for that amount of time too to figure it out?
Exactly. And that's why they do all those customizations or whatever, because they want people to sit down and figure it out. You know?
But, people have lives.
Yes, I agree. So that's why I think we're like us basically just God of War does have that mode where it's like only enjoy the story or whatever, but like you still got to do all that customization and shit. So I don't know. I think there should be a mode where it's just give me the story.
Yeah. All right. Should we wrap this God of War talk up and go to our next topic?
Yeah. So I highly recommend God of War. It's a great game.
I do too. Especially, I think I will when I beat it too eventually.
Yes.
Hopefully next time we record this, I will have beaten it. Yeah. I'll keep you updated, nobodies.
So basically, what we're saying is that we do have problems with it. It's funny whenever we talk about something because we'll always bring up things that we find negative about it.
Well, because that's the things you want to talk about.
Yeah, because we want to see. We did really like it.
Oh yeah, it was great.
That's what I'm saying, is that we did really like it. We're not just hating on it just to hate on it.
I wouldn't still be dedicated to beating the game if I didn't like it.
For sure. But it's really good. Go out and play it.
Yes.